Hey, hello, hello, hello. I was planning to do like a whole get ready with me, and then somehow I tweaked, I moved, I did something, and and when I say slight, I mean like slightly reopened an incision. I'm like, nope, this is not working for me. I overdid it again. I overdid my moves again, and yeah, so now I have to really own up to some stuff, and I really have to own up to, in two ways, I have to own up to slowing down. But I have to do it in a way where I slow down and don't check out. But then again, I have to own up that something else really hit me really hard over the last 2 weeks. And I wanted to come here and share it with you because you guys deserve honesty. You deserve real talk and all this kind of stuff. So as I'm saying it, it's like I didn't land in hospital because, oh, well, yeah, let's go check this out and maybe I met her. I didn't land in hospital because I was burnt out. But what I did land in there because I would push through a lot of warning signs and I would constantly be pushing myself to do more, do more, do more, do more. But the thing is, my doing more was not always doing more in the right way. And here's what I have truly realized is I have said this so many times. I have said this over and over again. That, oh yeah, this is day one. I'm redoing this. I'm resetting myself. I'm removing towards something. I'm regrowing. It's time I do better. It's time for me to have a glow up. It's time for me to take care of myself. It's time for me to take care of my business. And if you've ever felt like that, go ahead. Just it's okay. Don't have to own it out loud. You can own it quietly. But I have done this so many times, and it was actually, I couldn't sleep last night. I just couldn't sleep, and I'm tossing and turning all night long. And I ended up on, a TikTok scroll hole. And there's an influencer in there, named Becca Blinn. And there was a video that really stood out to me, and it made me go, like you do. And she was talking about having high standards. And he was saying the high standards are about alignment. And I don't know if you ever say, oh, I have standards, I have standards, I have standards. And the thing is, she's like, you can have standards that are up here. But if your standards that you're receiving these standards here, but you're giving these standards here, you have high standards because you're expecting more. A lot of the time we have standards that we're giving and we're receiving here. This is again, you're having high standards because you're providing high standards. The key is you're to expect the same standards that you're giving. So a lot of the time when we go into something and say we're going to do something different, we're going to grow, we're going to move, what stops us is us. So I keep overdoing it in the wrong things and keep pushing forward where I shouldn't be because I sort of want to prove something to myself or I want to take it onto me. I make myself fully responsible. I don't know if you're a mama or you might do this too, where you just want to take yourself and make yourself completely responsible for everything you do. It's like, no, I'm responsible for this, I'm responsible. And you do not share that workload. So I just want you to think about it for a second because this isn't about shame. It is about accountability. And I gotta change the way I do things because I have been, I take so much on. I take so much on. And the one thing that I do not do is I do not say, hey, can I have some help? Hey, I would like some support. Hi, could you help me out? I don't do that. I will do it all myself. I will take everything. I will do the load. I will do all the work. I will push through. I will take care of everything. And then I'm putting all these people ahead of me. And guess who's very last in the row? It's me. I'm the one that stays last. I'm the one that stays at the end. I'm the one that just doesn't get anything from this. And it was like, okay, so how can I do this? And I was really thinking it through. And I decided to build something to keep me grounded, like a checklist. And you've heard of like 75-day hard, 75-day soft, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? That's not going to work for me in this time. So I've got it up on a computer here. And I figured I want to set it up into a couple of sections. And the first one's like, check your truth. You know, did I actually work on how I was feeling? And did I give myself permission to do what I needed to do today? Because that's the other thing I do is if something goes wrong, I blame myself so fast, so quick, so hard. It is like, I'm, like, then it's like, treat your body like she matters. Did I give myself, did I do the things I needed to do? Did I take something? Did I move? Did I nourish myself? Did I pay attention to my body? All these wonderful things. But then the other piece of it is I wanted to really bring in my business. And so it's do one scary strategic thing. Did I send a message or post the truth or make an offer? Or did I show up online? And then these are just little tiny things where I'm really just working on doing the right things and not shaming myself. And the other piece is talking to yourself like you're becoming her, your future self. Did you speak out loud to yourself? Did you say no to something that drains you, even if it's a thought? In fact, our last couple was leaving a digital footprint, share something real, a story, a voice note, a post, photo message, and you document the day, even though it's not cute. It's like, stop going for perfection and just start going for real and authentic. And my bonus stuff was like, took a money making step. I refilled my energy, not my schedule, my energy. And I noticed where I shrank back. These are checks that I'm going to keep in my life because I want to show up for myself. And when I show up for myself, I show up for my family, I show up for my kids, I show up for my business, I show up for my friends, I show up for my clients. But I had to start showing up for myself. So when you think about it, what have you been powering through that maybe you shouldn't have? I mean, for me, I would take everything on and, do all the extra stuff that I didn't necessarily need to do just to push through, just to do more, just to become more, because I wasn't willing to admit that I needed to do things differently. So as I'm sat here and I'm working through all this list and I'm looking at where I want to put my energy and where I want to put my growth and where I want to put my things, it really came to a really strong realization. It came to this really non-sugar coated place where I was like, I'm done. I am so done with the BS that's out there. And when I say BS, I mean like, I absolutely adore my business and I adore my network marketing and I adore my affiliates. I adore all these different streams of income that I have. And I do them in ways that are very authentic to me. But you know what I find is there's all this BS out there in the world where everyone's telling you, you gotta do this and you gotta do that and you gotta do this and you gotta hustle and you gotta, and it's like, no, we're doing away with that culture. We're making things simple, authentic, and honest. I'm done with it. This whole you've got to eat so many calories, you've got to work out so much, you've got to drink so much, you've got to do this much. No, we're going to actually listen to our bodies and do the things that we need to do, and we're going to do it in an authentic way. It is absolutely out of control that we are doing all these things because everyone else tells us to do it. Everyone else tells us that we have to do all these things in such a way that is like crushing. And then have you ever felt that way before? Like it's like, oh my gosh, this is like soul crushing because I don't feel like I can put my phone down. I remember when I was first in network marketing, and I'm going back like 10 years. When I was first in network marketing, I was literally glued to my system 18, 20 hours a day just to make a dent, just to get what I needed done, just to communicate, just to conversate, just to have these things. And it was burning me out. We don't have to do that anymore. We have so much automation and AI that can help us in our business. And guess what? I teach my people that. I teach you how to use AI. I teach you how to use automation. I teach you how to use systems because you know what? I don't want you burning out. I don't want you glued to your phone when you miss your family. I don't want you doing it. And I also don't want you wasting your time with a company that's going to give you 10, 15%. This is why I partner with a company that gives you 50% commissions on your sales. 50, 50, and that's from day one. You don't have to earn that. You don't have to pass some magical barrier. That's what you get day one. So we're going to do this right, and we're not going to have this crap anymore about you having to jump through hoops, do me a million and one things, and make things absolutely insane. And this is, I'm just like, this really stopped me in my tracks. This really put me in this place where I was like, how how do I do this? How do I move forward? Because I knew there's a few things that I knew automatically. My health has to start being prioritized. I I do need to lose weight. You can call me all the names you want. I need to lose weight. I know it. I got it. I'm actually down 26 pounds from when I started a bit of a weight loss journey about 45 days ago. No meds, no anything, just taking care of myself. Okay. I know that I need to get fitter, and it's going to take me some time before I can start exercising my core again because of surgery, but I have to do that. I have to work towards that. I know that I have to work on how I present myself. And I'm not saying that like, oh my gosh, no, I'm saying it because I don't give myself enough care and attention to show up the way I want to show up. And I let that bother me. So what I have to do is come up with a way that I can show up the way I want to show up and feel confident and badass and do that. Because when I do that in the morning, I have a much better day. I do. I have a much better day. And that's what I want out of all this. I want to show up, in my business in the way I want to show up in my business, and I want to help people grow and expand them and make them see ways that they can improve their life by doing business in a very authentic, strategic way. So I kind of guess what I'm saying here is life just like decided to slap me around like you would not believe. And I could be here throwing a pity party. I could be here going, oh my gosh, this life is terrible. Oh my gosh. And instead, I've just decided, no, today's day one. I've said it a million times, but now today I'm going to turn and say, it is time. It's time I became her. It's time I became that person that I want to be, that future self, my best self. Not anything that anyone else has said, what I said. And it's the version of me that it's not the one that just keeps going and keep pushing forward and keep moving. I'm doing everything with purpose, doing everything with my own intentions and power behind it, doing it with my own presence, even healing. I'm doing it all on my agenda now. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to start moving with your own agenda, and I want you to grow into who you need to be because you deserve it. And you need to stop running around in circles, burning yourself out, pushing yourself past your limits, and you need to make smart decisions on how you're going to run things. I love you. That's what I'm telling you. Stop trying to do 10,000 things at once. I love you. Yes, I agree. You do not need to, you should have multiple streams of income. 110%. That is not running 50,000 network marketing businesses and having 60,000 this and 70,000 this. It is running everything in an aligned ecosystem. There is a way to do that, and I teach it. And we're going to do this where ourselves come first and where we work on our own healing and our own growth and just showing up for us, because you know what? You deserve it. I love you. Just wanted to come here quick and run that by you and share that with you because I will. I'm going to become her. I'm going to become that future self of mine that I see, and it's going to happen. I'm just going to allow myself the way to think that, it's not always happened before. I have a lot more grace in my heart for it now, and I'm going to move forward. So